What's good, y'all? What's good? Welcome back to the Passive Income Network. My name is C. Will, and if you're new, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe, leave a comment, and say what's good. Today, we have a lot to talk about. A lot of stuff has happened the last 2 days, and as you know, Donald Trump launched the Trump Day, or excuse me, Liberation Day tariffs, the Trump tariffs for short. And he has rocked the markets. He has rocked the world, and a lot of stuff is going on now. So this should be an interesting weekend, and next week should be even better because we got something else happening on April 9th, which is when all the tariffs go into effect. So on today's live stream, we have a lot to talk about, and we're going to dive into that very shortly. So here it is, huge Algorand updates. We're going to start off with the Algorand updates to give y'all some Algo fam love right there. Then we're going to go into Trump tariffs impact on crypto, right? Dive into Ondo finance. As I said last stream, we're going to look at Ondo some more. And then we're going to talk about winning DeFi strategies, things that we could do right now to make ourselves be in a better position with the Donald Trump Liberation Day Trump tariffs in full effect. So let's start this off with some music as more people join the stream. And as always, leave any comments and questions in the chat. I appreciate y'all for tapping in. All the scenery, trees and greenery, cryptocurrency, stake my currency first to the research, deep dive feet first on the beat, Bezerk on the block we work. Grown man, big world, tiny man. Big bags, 100 grand rubber band. Life of blockchain, never be the same. Verify the ownership, change the game. Transparency when I'm talking fame. Tokenizing our mind and our brain. When I step a pool, I get an LP. Impermanent loss won't affect me. Passive income, passive income, passive income. Gold in my dental, thank God for my mental. Investor fundamentals, told my girl it was simple. We getting all this money to purchase rentals and get passive income. A neighborhood hero who started from zero. Researching the crypto and teaching his people. Collecting some euro in Europe for crypto. Spending that dinero on chain with Circo. On chain money market, on folks where I park it. USDC for profit. Make a play on an option. I feel good when I profit. Speak the truth like a prophet. What's a goon to a goblin? In that booth and I'm rapping. Made a track and it's slapping. The beat banging, I'm gassing. We take a trip, now relaxing. Hawaiian island, I feel exotic. My eyes dilated like a romantic. Money piling while I'm smiling. My wifey lady, she feel fantastic. Yeah. So welcome to the show. If you just tapping in again, hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe, leave a comment, and say what's good. Without further ado, let's dive into the huge Algorand updates. So this is what we got here, y'all. FIFA just sold $1.38 million worth of non-fungible tokens on the Algorand blockchain in under 3 hours. The FIFA Collect drop featured NF tickets granting holders access to the 2025 World Cup Club and 2026 World Cup. So the 2025 Club World Cup and 2026 World Cup. Real adoption, real utility. That's what they say here. So pretty dope in my opinion right there. That's a lot of bags. So let's dive in further and deeper on this. Breaking, FIFA sold $1.4 million worth of NFTs in just 3 hours through FIFA Collect on Algorand. 60 mega bundles, each including 25 tickets for the 2025 Club World Cup and the 25 RTBs for the 2026 FIFA World Cup, were available at $23,000 each, all sold out, all minted on Algo. That's popping, very popping. So let's check this out. I'll pack this some more. So here's a image of it right here. Mega Glory Bundle, FIFA Club World Cup and World Cup 2026. The ultimate football experience has arrived, introducing the Mega Glory Bundle, an exclusive limited edition collection designed for the most dedicated football fans. And we ain't talking about football in the United States. We're talking about soccer. That's what we call it. This unique bundle offers access to two of the world's most prestigious football events, the FIFA Club World Cup 2025 and the FIFA World Cup 2026. Okay. The bundle includes 50 items in total, equally divided between tickets and rights to buys RTBs. Each bundle guarantees you all the items from the exclusive set. So the price is $23,000 with a total supply of 60. And it looks like 60 of them have been claimed. Hey, listen, Algorand winning, that's a fact. Exchange, that is a fact. Definitely a fact. Snell says that's fires. What's good, y'all? What's good? Appreciate y'all for tapping in. But yeah, I agree. You know what I'm saying? So think about this. We're talking about real world assets happening right now on Algorand. Because I remember when the FIFA announcement first initially dropped, people like, what does that really mean? And now we're seeing it today. Right to buy these tickets. They selling $23,000 packages. Things are smoother than you could ever seen, right? Random, but we even got the governance rewards today. They dropped it, hit my wallet. So I know some of y'all got extra money, right? Things are really popping right now. Really popping. You know what I'm saying? So that's massive. Very massive. FIFA is actually working out, you know, so that's definitely good to see. That is good to see. And then speaking of one other thing right now, I want to show y'all this, right? If you're looking to build a DApp on Algo, simply holding 30,000 Algo allows you to earn staking rewards. Those rewards can then be used to incentivize platform usage. The platform that currently showcases this best is Algo Tardio. Now, I think that's actually, you know what I'm saying, a great idea, because what essentially Loaf Pickle is saying is if you're building an app, you can essentially feed your people that app, right? Feed your people just by having staking rewards. So if you got staking rewards on your app that you built, right? And then the people pull up, you can basically, I caught a fly, but you can basically get those rewards sent out to a random winner every time you get those rewards. So those little 10 algos, 9 algos will hit your users, or you can accumulate them. That's some fire, right? Halo, y'all. What's good? What's good, bro? What's good? And then Ondo Finance coming. Yes, yes, yes. That's the two topics we're gonna be talking about Ondo Finance. So as we go, let's continue what's happening on Algorand. All right, so this one I also think is very huge, right? Breaking. Hisab Pay has partnered with Mercy Corps / MC Social Venture and Pioneers Innovation for Sustainability and Impact to launch a blockchain powered payment program in Syria powered by Algorand. This initiative will improve access to farmers and local vendors in northeast Syria by tackling liquidity challenges and inefficiencies in cash transfers. Why is this important? It's because also built on Algorand, you got Hisab Pay, right? Hisab Pay is making it popping. Again, I remember meeting the founder CEO of Hisab Pay. Smart dude, but he has really impacted his community using this blockchain. He left Stellar Lumens, went to Algorand, and now they're paying 35% of their electricity bills out in Afghanistan. And he said he will be sending this to other countries. Syria is up next. And Mercy Course is out here in Portland as well. Deposit. So here goes. It's like You got a deposit to the bank account. You got funds requests. You got send cash instruction to IMTA. IMTA sends staff IDs to for compliance screening, RSP screenings, OK screening. Then it goes into the disbursement to cash to office or field. Then it distributes cash to participants. A reconciliation, the finance, the wire transfer. IMTA receives the money in Jordan or Dubai account. And then you have let me make my that's huge, right? And then if we dive a little further here, um, here's the full story. Pilot launch, boosting financial access, stablecoin aid payments to strengthen agricultural livelihoods in north east Syria. And we know there's a lot of stuff that's been going on with violence, um, you know, disenfranchisement, all of that type of stuff out there in Syria. So in brief, here we go. Since 2011, Syria has been embroiled in a civil war, which has cut the country off from international financial systems. Got him. Despite a pivotal regime change in late 2024, funding humanitarian operations in Syria remains expensive and difficult. Alongside tech and NGO partners, we are launching a new stablecoin based pilot to provide faster, safer, and more cost efficient payments to smallholder farmers and agribusiness in northeast Syria. People got to eat. The problem in the conflict affected regions of North Syria, humanitarian actors struggle to deliver financial aid due to lack of banking. And then there's a lot here, so we're gonna still get in this. Since the onset of the Syrian Council in 2011, access to financial services has eroded significantly, forcing humanitarian organizations to rely on inefficient and cost-effective basis. So we're going to slide in. Let's get to the solutions right here. Um, oops. A new Mercy Corps Ventures and Mercy Corps Syria pilot in partnership with Hisape, which is built on the Algorand blockchain, pioneers innovation is set to change that by pioneering stablecoin-based payments to smallholder farmers and agribusiness by leveraging blockchain technology. This initiative aims to provide faster, safer, and more cost-effective financial transactions, reducing reliance on traditional cash transfer mechanisms. As a local NGO partner, Pioneers Innovation is providing critical hands-on context-specific support to participating farmers, merchants, and staff. So that's the pilot. And it's a breakdown that I just looked at how it works. But what's cool is stable coins for cross-border transfers, right? Mercy Corps will transfer humanitarian funds using USDC stablecoins to Hisab Pay's blockchain-based master wallet operated by Mercy Corps Syria. So that's also an integration of Circle, US company that's about to IPO very soon. Digital near instant disbursement. Mercy Corp Syria will use their Hisab Pay dashboard to disperse funds digitally to pilot participants, merchants, and farmer onboarding. Local fertilizer merchants and smallholder farmers will be onboarded to receive and transact in digital currency. And then cash out mechanisms, secure cash out mechanisms will facilitate the exchange of digital currency for cash when needed. Popping. So then this goes into why stable coins matter for Syria. And I'll read the headlines. Faster transactions, disintermediation, lower costs, enhanced transparency. Learning agendas. And then, yeah, so they got a whole thing that's pretty cool. And it shows you what's really happening with blockchain as a whole and what blockchain can do. That's huge. Something that I know they're going to really appreciate out there. And then we know the Algorand holders love to see algo get used, especially in a real world asset way. All right. If you got any comments about that, please let me know. Next up, new listing alert. We're now listed with USDQ on Bitpanda Global,
trade with trust and confidence using USDQ, issued by a native European company designed to be MiCA compliant. And right here, that's a Quantos listing a MiCA compliant stablecoin on Bitpanda. Quantos, stay putting in that work, y'all. Stay putting in that work. So FIFA, Hisape with Syria, Quantos with a new stablecoin. All of this is happening in real time. I think that's very important for us to stay up to date of what's happening. Obviously, we're going to get into Trump tariffs in a second. Prices are affected, but there's still opportunities right now. On Algorand, you obviously have the great RWA market that's building and going really well. The last governance period just ended. You should have been paid out if you were participating. And now it's all about earning your consensus awards. That's pretty dope. Now let's get to this right here. This is the Trump effect right now. This is the Trump effect. What's good, Cliche? Good morning from New Zealand. Oh, peace, brother. Peace, brother. Thank you for joining in. So here we are. We had a fear and greed index of 25, right? It was worse at some point this year. I think that was yesterday was 24 was a little worse yesterday, right? So it's a little better today. Just a little better today. Bitcoin up to 84,000, holding pretty strong for the week, just about flat. Ethereum still under around 2018 prices somehow, some way. But what's really been impressive, again, is XRP down 1.42% for the week. However, it keeps bouncing off of $2. So it won't go under $2 now, which is XRP army be holding the line. Then you got Solana down 4%. So I would say, like, since this is happening, the Trump tariffs, this ain't that bad to look at. This ain't that bad to look at, to be honest. So what I'm about to pull up, this is the Trump tariffs. It's not as bad as one would have thought. Hold on. And this right here is the stock market. Okay. If you look at the stock market's performance, right? Here's the 1 day performance. Let me zoom in for y'all. The 1 day performance is crazy. They're trying to hit me with ads, y'all. So 1 day performance, right? Whew. So you got consumer defensive, that's down over 4%. Real estate down 4%. And then you go all the way to the list. Energy down 8% today. Way worse beat up than the crypto markets. Maybe people's like, hey, Bitcoin can save us, right? Crypto can save us. Maybe that's what they're thinking. Technology, beat up, right? Then you go to the 1 week performance. Energy's doing the worst. Tariffs everywhere. Then it went technology the second worst. We know Apple really affected by China. Nike really affected by China. Vietnam did give Nike a little pump today. Financials beat down for the week. JP Morgan and them. Visa, which did really well this year so far. Basic materials beat down. Industrials beat down. You got aluminum and all of that we're having trouble with because of Canada. Consumer cyclicals. That's the Amazons and the Teslas, and then you have communications. That's the Meta. You got healthcare. That's the Eli Lilly's United Health. Free Luigi. You got the real estate beat down, utilities. So consumer defensive is doing the best. That's Costco, right? Walmart. Okay. And then the 1 month performance, technology massacred. Communications massacred. Basic materials massacred. Then you have the 3-month performance. This is basically when Trump got in. Technology down 22%, just about at a bear market, right? Blood in the streets. Blood in the streets. Algorand account at all-time high. Let's get it. Let's get it. Shout out to you, Exchange. Can't tariff crypto. Exactly. And that's kind of my point right here. Crypto for the last week held up way better, right? 1K out, 11K algo today. That's what you got in your reward. Let's clap for Michael L. Parks. Hey, Michael, let me know if that's true. If that's what you got, because you eating right now. Let me see let me see if I got my applause on here. Let me know if that's true. If that's what you got. That's for you, Michael. That was for you. That's for you, Michael. That was for you. But that was for me right there. So that was crazy. Clap easy, right? All right, y'all. so that was exchange, right? So now to get back to it, as what I was saying, we're gonna go into Ondo, and then we're gonna go into winning DeFi strategies. So I wanted to show y'all this right here. I think this is the last thing we'll talk about. Then we'll hit the winning strategies. Remember, these streams go about 30 minutes, so make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe. Appreciate y'all. So at Ondo, we're helping lead the world's most robust real-world asset ecosystem alongside a growing network of institution and service providers, from global asset managers and major TradeFi to DeFi native platforms. To Ondo ecosystem brings together those working to bring institutional-grade finance on chain. We're proud to collaborate with the respected organizations like Franklin Templeton, Willington Management, Wisdom Tree, Google Cloud, and McKinsey. McKinsey, crazy. Core members of the Ondo Chain Design Consortium. We're also proud to have expanded tokenized US treasuries, access to 9 leading blockchains serving 15,000 plus, right? So this is huge, right? So when we go look at the Ondo ecosystem, this is the fact that, tariffs won't hit. They got 103 partners. And I just wanted to scroll and let y'all know, obviously BlackRock as a service provider is, huge, but Ondo is spreading its wings. See Chainlink, Curve, Dolomite, right? Fiona, First Citizens, Franklin Templeton, Google Cloud, Halborn Security, Injective, right? Jupiter, MasterCard, Mantle, McKinsey, Native, Osmosis. I'm surprised, right? So there's a lot of things, a lot of companies and blockchains that is in partnership with Ondo. I wanted to put that on your radar, as people have been asking. So now let's get to the nuts and bulk of what I really wanted to show y'all as well. So when we talking about the tariffs and what we could be doing when prices are lower right now before the next run up, what we could be doing is getting yields like this. So this will be the time, I believe, to build out your DeFi positions. This is the winning DeFi strategy. Prices have been reduced. Now they're starting to hold up, even though tariffs are in, right? So what we could be doing is going into liquidity pools, finding a nice asset that you really like, and then make some money while it's at a low. Let me pull this up for you. So if we go look at on the daily chart, I'm gonna pull this up in a second. If we go look at, let's say, Algorand right now, right? If we go look up Algorand right now, right? So look at this bottom. You got a bottom right here on March 11th. We got another bottom on the 3rd. These bottoms have presented opportunity for us to build positions, right? Because once the price starts to go back up to these ranges, those positions that you built up on Tiny Man at 20% of US APY with your USDC algo pools, your value is going to be increasing while you're earning 20%. And if that makes sense to y'all, leave a fire emoji in the chat. You don't want to build these type of positions when price is really high. You want to build them when they're low. Okay, that's the play right there.
You know how I roll. I'm Neo in the Matrix. See out the algo.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah. Put some fire emojis. That makes sense. So it's buying when they're low. Buy them when they're low. Get your DeFi pool set up, and then ride them up to the upside while you're earning 20%.
Staking out on the losses in the pool full of bosses. You know I opt
Crypto
in. TVL.
Yes, thank you. Fire emoji. Fire emoji. All right. Now we'll move on to the next one. Here, the next one I wanted to show y'all is Aerodrome. This is on base. So right now, obviously, Aerodrome is really beat down, right? Peaked out in December. It's been on a straight downtrend. Once it get past this line here, about 40 something cent, found a nice bottom. The bottom's not in yet, obviously. Tariffs, or I don't know, whatever hasn't helped that yet. The bottom's not quite in, but put your eye on this one. This was a runner. It runs when it runs, right? So what's cool about this is you have the USDC arrow. I like to pair things with USDC because I think those are the best ways to make a pair at something. So you pair with USDC, you can earn 30%. Ride it back to the upside. Pair the wrapped ETH with USD, while it's low right now, $1,800, you can get about 6% on there. And then Moonwell and wrapped ETH 23%, right? So I think another great platform for us to make some money out of it while we can right now. And then the next one is for the H-bar holders. Let me show y'all H-bar. This is H-bar. We slightly under the 200-day moving average, right? Put a fire emoji in the chat if this makes sense. So now we in the position where if you cop some H-bar, right? And then while it's at its lows of this cycle, obviously this was the real low in November, but this is the best low since November. You know, that's up 200%. It was up as high as 700. So it has retraced back hundreds of percent. And then if you go hop into Saucer Swap, this is where it's at. So then you go to a Saucer Swap pool. Ideally, you hit this one. No, excuse me. This is the concentrated. I don't really like concentrated. It's too much management. But if you hit this one, that's 42%, and it's the same play. You're buying at the bottom, riding back up. So say if that thing go up another 200%, you've been earning 42% APR from a bottom level, riding back up. That's very powerful. So I just gave y'all 3 plays to put on your radar. Tiny Man, which is the Algo USDC, buying at the bottom, riding up. And then you have the Arrow drone, 30% APR on that one. And then the saucer swap, right? Let me know if that made sense, if y'all got questions. See how many bulls. Bulls is coming back. I'm gonna dive into HBAR and Ondo wallet this week. Check out the facts. Yeah, you should do that. I like both of those, HBAR and Ondo. Ondo, I hold on just Coinbase though. Can't forget impermanent loss on LPs can ride the full run up. Well, the thing about impermanent loss with this type of strategy I'm talking about is when you got hold on real quick. Gotta bounce, much love. Yeah, stay safe, bro. I appreciate you for tapping in. But if you talk about the impermanent loss on this one, what happens is with these liquidity pools is, for example, if you got the USDC and Algo, as Algo rises in value, it will start to kind of bounce you out. So since your Algo is worth more value, you will have more USDC in your bag. So then when you pull both your liquidities out, you'll have a higher valued Algo and more USD. But at the same time, you will have a lot of rewards you have collected. So the impermanent loss in that situation for all the ones I've talked about is different. Why? Is because you're pairing them with a stable coin, USDC. If that makes sense. Can't. I'm not sure what you mean by can't. Explain more. But that's how that works, y'all. That's how that works. I've done that multiple times. Your value of your token goes up, and you receive USDC. And if you paired it with some like shitcoin or something random, then you're playing a riskier game. But the liquidity for every blockchain is always held with a stable coin and then the main asset. So on the Algorand blockchain, it's Algo USDC. HBAR is HBAR USDC. Ethereum is Ethereum USDC. Aerodrome USDC. So that's how it works. Again, let me know if y'all have more questions. We're about to exit. We're about to hit our 30-minute window. Obviously, I appreciate y'all for tapping in. And if you do have any comments that I don't get to right now, just leave them on the main video, and we'll definitely tap in on that and get back to y'all with anything that we missed. So I hope this helped out. I hope this makes sense. We covered Algorand updates, Trump tariffs impact on crypto, Ondo, and winning DeFi strategies. Until the next time, y'all.
Passive income, gold in my dental. Thank God for my mental. Investor fundamentals. Told my girl it was simple.